Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We can see that Bitcoin continues to consolidate here in this possible wave 4 of a C wave, which belongs to this wave 2. Yeah. So let's first quickly zoom out, go to the 4-hour chart, and then we take a look at the overall wave pattern and my expectation here for Bitcoin in the medium term and short term. My view is that from the high, which was made here on the 15th of August at around 25.2k, we came down in an A wave. We moved up in a wave B, and we are now coming down in a C wave. This scenario has so far been accurate and has been my primary scenario, I would say, since beginning of October, end of September, when we have been waiting for this wave 2 to make a peak, which it did, and to sell off and make another low in a third wave, which it did as well. So the idea is, in this C wave in which we are, that we've already seen a wave 1, we've seen a wave 2, which peaked here around 21.5k. We have seen a wave 3 when we bottomed here on the 9th of November. We could now be in a fourth wave, and we should see another sell-off in a wave 5. That is at the moment my primary expectation. I had a few questions of people who asked me if this wave 4 in which we currently are is that not a little bit too long? And I can only say not really, because if you just take a look at this so-called ending diagonal pattern, just look at the proportions. I mean, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, quite long actually, wave 3, wave 4 might even go a bit higher, yeah. So that works quite well with the proportions. It's not too long, especially not in relation to the wave 2. That's all fine, okay? So of course, Bitcoin could have made the low already. I did explain that in a previous video, but do I believe that? Not yet. What would need to happen for Bitcoin for me to confirm that? I'm going to show you that in a minute, but until then, I'm expecting one more low. Ideal target for that would be around 14 to 14.5k. Yeah. Could it go lower? Yes, it could, but I'm only going to entertain that idea as soon as we break that support at around 14 to 14.5k. Next support would then be the 88.7% FIB level at 10.5k. Very importantly, okay? So let's go and take a look at the 1-hour chart. So as I said, hide the indicator here. The idea is that we've made this wave 3 to the downside. This here is a wave 4, and we will come down in a wave 5. As you can probably see, it would suggest there will be some short-term upside, at least the potential is there. That would happen in a so-called A, B, C correction in this wave 4. It's a nice 3-wave pattern that we have possibly unfolding here. And we've done a wave A, we've done a wave B, and the wave C is probably unfolding now. It's not confirmed yet. Yeah, it would be confirmed above 16.8k, but we can make the assumption. If we don't break out above 16.8, and if we lose 15.7k, then I think we are going to sell off straight away, and then we had just something like a strange triangle here as the wave 4, and will not see an A, B, C pattern. Yeah, because the C wave would suggest we go a bit higher, maybe into the region around 18 to 19k before we come down. But if we lose the 15.7k level straight away, then yeah, we can go down very quickly into the 14.5k area. And that will then be the next possibility for Bitcoin to put the significant low in place. Right. Could Bitcoin have seen the low already? Nobody seems to believe it. So I also don't think we have seen it. I think we'll see some kind of a recovery and then a sell-off, but we can't rule it out because Bitcoin has done enough to complete the correction, so it doesn't need to go any lower. Of course, I think it will do, but it doesn't need to. So Bitcoin could possibly from here start the breakout. How would that look like? So let me just first explain this primary expectation to you. So as I said, A, B, C, and then in the C wave, it would be a 5-wave move indicated here in yellow. So you can actually see the C wave here, and then you see those 5 waves. Yeah. So this is how it would ideally play out. We would assume, if I zoom in now, we would assume that if we're now in this C wave, that we have already seen a wave 1, as explained in the last few days and last week. This here is a wave 2. We've actually hit my support area finally, which is great. And next, we should ideally find a turnaround in this area and move up in a wave 3. Then there should be a wave 4 and a wave 5. That would finish off the C wave. Okay. Now, when do we know that it's an actual breakout? Because it's 5 waves up, it could also be a larger wave 1, couldn't it? Yeah, it could. But this all depends then on the next retracement. If in the next retracement we're going to hold critical support, that is the moment when we can say with greater confidence that a low has been made for Bitcoin and that probably the low is in. That's when I will entertain the idea quite strongly. Until then, my view will be that this is just a wave 4 to the upside. But yeah, short-term upside absolutely possible, as long as we're holding above 15.7k. Now let's take a look at the very short term here. This is basically unchanged from the previous video. We had the 5 waves up. That's what we've said all along in the last last week. Yeah. And then here, WXY made you aware of this pattern yesterday, and straight away after that we saw the expected sell-off. The C wave, yeah, should unfold in 5 waves. At the moment I only see 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and the 5th wave is still missing. So that is something that I would still like to see. If we let's calculate a target actually for that. So it's WXY pattern, yeah, and in the Y wave you've got an ABC. So we can calculate a target for the Y wave by taking the length of the wave W, go to the high of the X wave, and an ideal target would be here 15,969, the 1.618 extension. That would be an ideal target. So let's mark that on the chart. That's only one of the ideal targets, but it is an ideal target. So next possible target would be, if we take a look at the Fibonacci retracements of the wave 1, then an ideal target for that is actually the 61.8% Fib retracement. That's a very common retracement for a wave 2 of an impulse, and funny enough, it matches pretty much the 1.618 extension. So you have nice confluence here around the 15,980 level here. So it's the same level basically. Should we lose that level, we can come down to 15.7, but then we should really turn around. If not, we're going to go down probably straight away to 14.5. Yeah, and that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.